I'm meteorologist Carley Gomez with your weather impact days. That began Thursday, but is going to last up until even Saturday morning, midday there, as we could see some more rain and snow in the forecast. And that is pretty rare as a cold storm system is arriving in the middle of August. We are looking at that coming in from the Gulf of Alaska, bringing in colder temperatures, but also some rain, potential for those thunderstorms and the wind gusts. We're also going to see temperatures dropping down about 15 to 22 degrees here, but really, your big need is just to stay alert. Make sure you have your necessities. You're heading out and it's raining. Make sure you're bringing a rain jacket, some sort of protection umbrella. But if it is with thunderstorms, lightning, anything of that sort, make sure you are staying indoors until that passes. Now, we are going to expect mostly cloudy skies by the lunchtime hour into your afternoon and evening, as temperatures are expected to drop off into those low 70s to mid 70s out there. So please just make sure you're prepared for anything that may happen. Actually, may feel really nice for some people, as we are starting to see much cooler temperatures, very fall-like out there. But unfortunately, that is not going to last very long, as we'll start heating right back up moving toward the weekend and next week. As of the hours of around 8 to 9 p.m. or so into our evening, as we've been looking at our Doppler radar on Thursday, we have been tracking some thunderstorms that have been moving across the region north of Redding into Shasta. There has been a special weather statement issued there for some hail and some downpours, but that has come to an end. Now what we're really most concerned about is the park fire. I know rain is a good thing when it comes to fires. We want to see them extinguished. We want to see all the hot spots out. Most of that has been pretty much contained at this point, but we are concerned now for the potential for debris flows in that area of the park fire. So a flash flood watch has been issued there, but in the meantime, most of those thunderstorms again have left the area, moving up toward Klamath Falls. All right, let's take a look at our weather headlines here, as we are going to see the unusual summer storm system passing through mostly for your Friday into Saturday morning. And then the strong wind gusts still again continue, but we do have the thunderstorm chances. They have been shifting a little further north. We did think they might be just north of I-80. It looks at this point in time it may just be north even of Chico. Temperatures expected to drop again into the mid to low 70s. Now, we still have that red flag warning into effect here, at least for another hour or so, but most of that is in effect for the Nevada side. We are seeing a little bit into areas of California, but otherwise it's the strong wind gusts everyone's concerned about for that potential for fire outbreaks. What we're again mostly concerned about at this point in time is a flash flood watch. If we do get some downpours in areas around Chico and where the burn scar fire is here for that park fire, we could potentially see that burn scar is affected by that heavy rain, causing the debris flow to move downhill and down slope. Of course, a lot of people live still in those areas who may have been evacuated, maybe moved back home. You just want to watch out for those things. Also, potential for those debris flows or mudslides on roadways are a concern. This flash flood watch is in effect Friday 11 a.m. until Saturday at 11 a.m. So about a 24-hour period here. We could see the potential for some downpours causing debris flows. Now, the wind gusts are going to begin slowing down for us as we get to Friday morning. Mostly the valley spots, still a little breezy out there, but the gusts still continue over the Sierra Crest and Ridge there even after the red flag warning expires. It'll expire because we are in the overnight early morning hours. Not a big concern still, as temperatures and humidity there are going to help out. It's just the gusts that are that concern there. Moving into Friday afternoon, evening, we'll still get the delta winds and winds moving in onshore. A lot of the Sierra Crest begins to really slow down at that hour Friday evening. Now, tracking that low pressure system, we are seeing that trough really digging into California. You can see all the clouds associated with it will be pulled in for us Friday. You'll start your morning off with a little bit of sunshine, a mix of sun and clouds, but then really mostly cloudy skies begin moving in after lunch. And you'll see the clouds, everything start to darken out there, becoming mostly cloudy across the region. We'll have a line extending here from areas of that low pressure system and that cold front line, bringing the cooler temperatures for the afternoon, but also that chance to maybe see some sprinkles on the windshield, even a little bit of rain. Now take a look at 2:30. Get the clouds start really rolling in here, some few pockets still of sunshine. And then finally, there is that rain beginning to stroll on in, but it may take a little bit longer. As we get to Saturday morning, 6:30 a.m., here's where we can see that line of showers beginning to rise from San Francisco to Sacramento and then all the way up. As we see it to the northeast there, portions of South Lake Tahoe, just take a look at that, may even see a light dusting of snowfall. Now, if we see anything, it's really not going to be very measurable, especially for areas around Sacramento and south. Maybe a little further north, maybe could see as much as 1/4 of an inch, but more likely about 1/10 of an inch of rain is likely for that area. But again, everything south of that, just small trace amounts of rain. If they do get downpours, we'll see some measurable rain. Otherwise, most of that begins passing right on through. Looking at our snowfall totals, notice that we just get that small, light little dusting that comes at the highest elevations here near Donner, maybe about an inch if we get that at all, but more likely we are expecting less than an inch of snowfall, or probably closer to a ½ inch, if anything, or that dusting as mentioned earlier. Looking at our Futurecast 500 millibar chart, this is half of the atmosphere and kind of driving where we start seeing storm systems going. Here's a low pressure system, that big, huge trough that begins digging into California, dropping our temperatures across the state. Even Southern California getting a bit of a cool down there. Central areas a little cooler as well. Further north you head, you start seeing temperatures in the 70s and even the upper 60s and mid 60s around Redding to Shasta. And then areas of the Pacific Northwest much colder as well, as we'll start to see temperatures dropping for them. Check this out. Moving into the weekend and next week, we start to see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, a small ridge begins to build over the area. That is bringing our temperatures in the upper 90s to triple digits. We'll start getting right back up there, really from 70 to 100 in a matter of about 3 to 4 days. So just get ready for the little bit of a whiplash we'll be getting as we'll heat up pretty quickly, about 10 degrees per day. 70s, low 70s out there as we look at Jackson, Angels Camp, Sonora, Groveland, mid 60s in Arnold, 77 in Ione, and the Bay Area, upper 60s, low 70s. Sacramento, San Joaquin Valley, you're looking at mid 70s out there, and we will expect to see not a 91 in Stockton, but closer to about 75 degrees. The 3-day forecast, mid 70s go to 80s, then low 90s, then check out Monday, upper 90s to triple digits, and then finally, rolling toward next weekend, we are looking at low 90s the following weekend, which is actually closer to average.